You can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Clemson Tigers taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. On first down, here comes this offense. He'll start this drive firing. Got it in the middle in Carr. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up.
We've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. The quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To the ground with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
Now he's looking to throw it. Spits it out to the back. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
It's nice for this D coordinator when he puts his nickel package out on the field because that nickel player he's got who subs in is good in coverage. He's also aggressive. He does a nice job blitzing, and he can play the run. They can spy the quarterback. There's a lot of different tools this guy's got to defend against a mobile quarterback, and I think we saw a little bit right there in that nickel package now setting up 4th and long.
Fires to the end zone. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Right down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. All wideouts, no backs. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
Got it in the middle. It's Carr. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
From the gun on third down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get in the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's fourth and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Out of the backfield, he's open. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. On fourth down, they'll run it, looking for the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
That's caught. It's Carr. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw on second down. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. Open space at the 25. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. First down here for the offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. Great job in the base defense making a play.
Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Texas looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Horns. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Hook 'em, and they hooked a W in this one. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. They get him down after he makes the catch. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into traffic, picked off. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slip him down the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. He's looking to throw. Fires left. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He's looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Clemson is quick to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. With the catch, it's Moore. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man quickly. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Pocket starts to collapse. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. First and goal and a touchdown. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
This quarterback part of their running game. And the decision to go for 2 pays off as he walks into the end zone. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to go up top on first down. What in the world was he doing? Where was he going? And they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll come out throwing on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Second down coming up. DBs will try to keep everything in front. On second down, looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. It's caught downfield. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to get the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Red pass, it's complete. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you.
Touchdown, Auburn! And that one will put them up here in the second half. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Memphis endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from the Liberty Bowl, and the Tigers came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. From the gun, running back gets to give.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Steps away to find some room. He's going to run it. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Clemson jumps to the line. From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Direct snap. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
And I think on that third down and short call, I honestly think that they thought it was going to be a fourth down situation. Now it's 4th and 2. I think this offense was ready for this opportunity, and I think they're going to go for it right here.
This is a designed run. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again.
Auburn, 17. Clemson, 10.
And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Going to try to get it himself. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. And this one will be stopped for no gain. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And the extra point ties the game in the 4th. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Just keeps moving. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
To the air on first down. Trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
He's right on target.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
They're trying to get to it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Got it past the Marko. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He's looking downfield to throw. Complete to the left. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. We saw it on that last play.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Late in the game with the lead, the defense obviously knows here the offense is going to have to try and throw it. Nice job in the back end there, not just in coverage, but almost picking that football off. That was a game changer.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance in calling for the false start. Line gets set, first down. Now they'll try the right side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. All knotted up and just a little bit of time left in regulation. They'll go with a direct snap. Got the first down and more. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Handoff from the shotgun. And he's still running after the move. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. Snap it to the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You put up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
You got to call the game to win it right now. Less than a minute to go. A field goal is going to do it for you. Every time you drop back and throw the ball, you're risking taking a sack. So if you're going to throw it, the ball's got to come out quickly. But I think at this juncture, you'd love to be able to run and give your field goal kicker a chance.
On the move. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Perhaps duck shoes would be appropriate here as he comes out in the rain to try to win the game. Oh, he missed it. No good. Now all of the pressure switches to their defense. They've got to get a stop. Nothing to work with as they try to force another round of OT. We'll get it started here in overtime. He wants to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. You saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Good timing on the quick out. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. Third in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that third down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Knocked down after a gain of 1, they'll mark it at the 6.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Field is condensed, not a lot of room to work with here on 3rd and goal in overtime. Touchdown, Tigers! They jump on top here in OT.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Aggressive decision here to go for 2 and try to really put some heat on. Looking to throw. Did not get it, and instead of kicking the extra point, they missed the 2, and the lead is 6. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Off play action on 1st down. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Wide out in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Touchdown, Auburn! They tied the game, and now they can win it with an extra point.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game. And the defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away here, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, Dave.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Rich Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome. Back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Rich Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.